The process has been good to me so far. So after the Cheez-It Bowl in Orlando, I ended up getting invited to the Tropical Bowl. That was actually in Camping World Stadium as well. So I trained in Fort Lauderdale for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then I went to go play at the Tropical Bowl. And, you know, the beat writers there and, some media personnel ranked me as like one of the best players on the field. I saw one person put that I was the best player out there, so I ended up getting a call up to the NFLPA game. Both bowl games, both All-Star games were a great experience, but the NFLPA Bowl, I feel like it's going to end up taking over because maybe not be the top bowl game, but it was an amazing experience, and it's so tightly connected with the NFL, and it really helped me raise my draft stock. So I was grateful for both those bowl experiences, and now I'm just excited for Pro Day tomorrow.
We'll go to Brendan, front row on your left.
Hey, Cam, with those experiences in the 2 All-Star games, I guess what feedback did you get from NFL teams and consistently what they said about your game that they liked, things that they want to see you work on to build on in the future?
They said that they appreciate the way that I can win my one-on-one matchups and in the pass game and just create different advantages against linebackers or safeties. And I kind of went on a gauntlet out there doing the one-on-one circuits at the NFLPA game and the Tropical Bowl. So they just like the way that I can win my one-on-one matchups. And on top of that, at the Tropical Bowl, we had a pass blocking period, and I won all my reps in that, and they were very excited about that. So I've gotten good feedback from NFL teams. I like the spot I'm in right now, and I'm just excited for this next step.
All right, we'll stay there for Chris.
For you tomorrow, what is most important with the fact that you weren't able to go to Indy and do the NFL Combine? What is it that you feel you need to show when you do perform on the field tomorrow?
Obviously, all of the on-field drills are important tomorrow, but my 40 would probably be the most important one. 40 and bench press are the things that I've been primarily focused on the most, just so that I can show the ability to have some linear speed in the pass game and my change of direction. So I would say bench press, 40, and the routes section tomorrow are the things that I'm most excited about.
All right, Cam, next question will be on Zoom. Logan Robinson from No Game Day.
What's going on, Cam? Hope you're doing good. You've got Pro Day tomorrow. What have you been telling some of the scouts, coaches, etc. on the NFL side, both your talents on the field and off the field, some of your your talents that you bring?
That's actually a phenomenal question. During this process, I kind of put my off-the-field endeavors to the side a little bit just so I can focus purely on football and start a career in the NFL. And I've been telling the scouts that when I get there, I'm going to be a 4-core special teams guy, somebody who's going to add to the character value in their locker room, and just somebody who's willing and ready to contribute to win a title. That's mostly what I've been telling the scouts, and they had great feedback on those, things that I pointed out. And so, the scouts, we had a good I've built some great relationships with the scouts up to this point, so I'm excited, man.
Go back to Ira on your right.
So, you were a receiver basically in high school, and then you were a tight end.
Right.
Do you still feel like you have to prove that you can be a blocking tight end, or do you feel like you proved that during the time?
Well, that's a daily battle. It's a daily battle. Every day I have to prove that I can be a blocking tight end, but I definitely stepped my game up in Florida State, just what Coach Norvell was asking me to do, and the offensive staff what they asked me to do. So I was creating a lot of backside cutoffs and power runs towards the tight end. I think my role in the NFL will be a little bit different, more of a pass-catching role, but I definitely still have to prove the ability to be able to block day in and day out, because that's what I'm going to be doing on special teams. And as a tight end in the NFL, if you're not blocking, you're not playing tight end, you're just playing receiver. So it's a daily battle.
Our next will be Azon in the back row on the right.
Cam, when you committed to Florida State, you left California, there was a brand new coach here, there was all sorts of excitement. Didn't work out the way probably everybody wanted to. You lived through a pandemic here in Tallahassee. I don't know if things that really went according to plan for you, but are you able to appreciate how it's the trials and tribulations, I guess, that have made you who you are right now and maybe position you to be in a good spot right now?
Oh, absolutely. That's a great question. 2018 to 2022 was the most transformative time of my life. It's a time where I grew into manhood and I grew into being a functioning adult, and just where I kind of learned to have my foothold in society. And I'm happy with the way that my Florida State career went. Starting out 5-7, not what I was expecting. I was expecting to come to California and compete for ACC titles and compete for national titles. It didn't work out that way. Next year, 6-7, our coach gets fired. Following year, Coach Norvell comes in and we're 3-6. 2021, we start out 0-4, and we kind of go on a winning streak to end the season. And then what 2022 was for this program, and I can hang my hat on that being my last year here, was phenomenal. That's just an incredible feat, and if I could do it all over again, I'd play 5 seasons here again.
Go right there for Tyler.
You mentioned the All-Star game experience and, going through those weeks. What is the prep work like knowing that you're going to see the scouts there, potentially, coaches for some certain teams, and going against a lot of the, top players in the country for those All-Star game experiences?
Oh, it was just preparing like it was a normal game week, because playing in the ACC it can be a gauntlet at times, especially the schedule that Florida State played. So going into those All-Star games and knowing that some of the best players in the country were going to be there, it kind of gave me excitement and just a hunger to be prepared and ready to put on a show. And I went out there and I did put on a show. So in hindsight, the preparation was just like a normal game week, but just the intensity raised up just a little bit, just because it has to be.
I've got another question from Zoom from Logan.
Okay.
Hey, Cam, can you tell us a little bit about your position coach, Coach Thomason, and how he developed you in that room?
Absolutely. Coach Thompson is a phenomenal coach. I firmly believe that if he wouldn't have put his hands on me the way that he did and just help guide me and scope me into, every down tight end who could do multiple stuff and have a multifaceted game and the way that I can function in the run game, I don't know that I'd be here right now with the opportunity to go to the NFL. So playing underneath Coach Thompson and just starting for him for 3 years and going above and beyond with our preparation, going over the game plans. Coach Thompson taught me how to be a pro, not only on the field but off the field. So we had a phenomenal relationship, and it still lasts to this day. I couldn't be more appreciative of Coach Thompson.
Anything else for Cam? All right. Thanks, Cam.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Can you talk a little bit about tomorrow, what the preparation has been going into it? I guess things that you want to accomplish, drills that you want to stand out in, whatnot tomorrow?
I've just been spending like 3 months basically just trying to gain weight, get stronger and faster. The main thing I'm focused on is probably my 40 and the receiver drills.
Oh,
Chris. Sorry.
Have you trained anywhere specific? Did you go back home? Have you stayed here in town? What have you done to prepare for the process? And what do you want to show tomorrow when you step on the field mostly?
I trained down in Miami at Bommarito for 3 months. I really want to just show my explosiveness and my ability to track the ball.
We'll go in the back to Aslan.
Tomorrow, big day, obviously, with it being Pro Day. Can you compare how you feel right now going to Pro Day versus how you feel like on a Friday before a big game, like against Florida and Miami?
I mean, honestly, it doesn't really feel like a game or anything. It just kind of feels like a small little workout. I'm not like tense or I don't have any adrenaline right now, but probably I will tomorrow.
All right, next question will be on Zoom. Logan Robinson from Noles Game Day.
Hey, Pokey, is there a certain time that you're shooting for in your 40 tomorrow morning?
I'm definitely shooting for sub 4.4.
Next will be Ira here on the right.
Hey, Pokey, you worked for Florida State for a long time. What's it like now, just kind of not having school, not having anything else like that, just being able to focus on yourself?
I mean, now it's just no stress with schoolwork or anything. Everything is pretty much just a breeze. It's just me being a pro now and having to work out and get up on time and make sure I get my body right.
And we'll go back to Aslan in the back.
Did you ever waver in wanting to be at Florida State with everything that you had to deal through, and what made you want to stick around Florida State your entire career?
I mean, everyone has like doubts or whatever, but I just stuck it out throughout my whole career. I never thought about just getting up and leaving and taking my talent somewhere else.
We'll go back to Brendan on your left.
You had a lot of memorable moments
One of my most excited moments was probably when I scored my first touchdown. Rather than all the other exciting plays, just the first one just stood out a lot just because when I first scored, it was just a whole different feeling. The stadium went crazy, and just I never felt that before.
Aslan in the back again.
How's it gonna feel if you bump into Cam Akers or Brian Burns or Asante, and the guys that were here, things were a little bit more. How will it feel to bump into them and kind of let them know, hey, like, look what we did at Florida State and look how much better it is now?
I mean, it's definitely a blessing being able to go out with a bang on my senior year with 10 wins. A lot of dudes weren't able to do that, so I just feel good that I was able to go out with a bang.
Ira?
Man, especially the last couple of years, you were a guy that they could count on for catches when they needed somebody to make a play. When you look at this receiving core, when they're coming back, and who do you think maybe will be that guy?
They have plenty of weapons on the offense, from Johnny to Tron, Darian, Winston. It's plenty of them that can make plays at any time.
Aslan?
What's the weirdest question you've gotten from a scout or anybody associated with the NFL team these meetings you've had?
I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily it was a weird question, but the most tense questions be trying to break down our offense and watch film with them. That just be kind of hard because they're kind of badgering you.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, Pokey.
Thanks,
All right,
Pokey.
thank y'all.
Good. All right. First question will be Ira on your right.
Hey, Jazz.
What's going on?
Good, man. How are you feeling? I know you obviously had the injury at the end of the season. How did the rehab go? What do you think you'll be able to do with your career?
I feel amazing. I feel blessed. I feel excited, truthfully, to be able to, put on what I've been working on. The injury has been going well. It's getting better day by day, actually, and it feels amazing. From going from not even be able to move your leg to sprint, walk, run, anything. It feels exhilarating.
Our next question will be on Zoom. Logan Robinson from No Game Day.
Hey, Jazston, going back to the Oklahoma game, what was it like? It went viral all across social media with your teammates after injury, going on the cart outside the stadium, being around you and everything. What did that mean to you, and what did that tell you about Florida State and the culture that NFL's working on?
It told me a lot of things. I felt it when I first got here. I felt like it was different. Not just different in a culture aspect, but just a great environment to be in as far as people. It's more to it than just football here, and that's what I've seen. Not just that day, but every day, just being here training with these boys. It's been a very, very, very speechless experience. I love it here, truthfully. I really do. And that night, it made me, see the beauty of it all. It showed me how real everyone really is here.
Next question will be Brendan on your left.
How shortly or how long into your time at Florida State were you able to kind of realize what this place was and what it would mean for you? I mean, obviously it's had an impact you on such a short 6-7 months of your life.
It hit me my first week here. My first week here, having that many conversations with Coach Norvell. In different programs, you don't even talk to your head coach. You rarely see him. You rarely actually have conversations with your position coach. But here, I seen how real people were. I seen how real and connected the locker room was within my first week. And it was very welcoming. It wasn't oh, you got to earn your stripes to be here. It was well, we see what you got. We love to have you here. And that's how I was since I've been here.
Stay right there for Chris.
I know you only got a few short months with him, but what was it like playing for Alex Ack, and what did you take away from that time with him on the field as far as helping you become a better player, a better lineman?
It was great. No, it was I loved it. It was a very growing experience, to be giving criticism in a good way. But he was a great coach to be around, I promise you. You're going to have your ups and downs with him. You're always going to butt heads. But the thing is that I can say is that he's truly made me better as a player and a person and a man overall. And I love him for that, no matter what.
We'll go back to Brendan.
You got a chance to be at a few spring practices, see you there. What have you taken away from just watching this team? I understand it's like in the early stages of its development, but what have you observed so far?
Defense is monsters, as usual. But my fellow linemen, we still have, I guess, a lot to work on. We have to build chemistry. Offense is a powerful weapon, just as much as our defense. So I'll say this season they still gonna wreak havoc.
All right, we'll come over here to Zoom. Tommy Meyer from No Game Day.
Hey, Jazston. Coming in, you had a great career at Florida State. What is your message to like the newer linemen, moving forward to this year that's supposed to be such a big one?
I would say my message is to not even just the new linemen, it's just if I had a message to the team, if they were to, I guess, watch this, I would say that us as a team has to stay humble and stay focused, because when we get too high within ourselves, that's when you lose focus, and that's when you lose the mentality of what you truly work for every day. So I think that in order to, I guess, maintain the balance and keep racking in these wins, they just got to stay focused. And that's pretty much all I got to say, because it's a lot of distractions here. I can say that. It's a beautiful environment. It's a lot of distractions, but you just can't get distracted. You got to focus on your goals.
All right.
Did Jaheim and Gilbert reach out to you during their process, and how excited are you to see what they'll bring in for us?
Oh, for sure. They were like, as soon as I think right before they even hit the transfer portal, they contacted me, and it was nice to hear from them, because when I heard from them, I knew they was coming here, and I have no worry about them. Like, I know they're gonna ball. They're some true ballers. They're real people. They're good people. I know they're gonna come here and play, and they're gonna put they all in that field. I know that for a fact.
All right.
Specifically on Gilbert, since I'm sure you went up against him, what is he like as a competitor?
Very gritty. Very, very, very gritty. I can't say that about him. He's a true competitor. Like he's here to be a sponge. He's not just here to stand on the wall. He's here to learn. He's here to grow and like really be a player. Like he's here to make a difference. And I can't say that about him just as much as Gene.
Feel good? Thanks, Jazz. Thank you.
No problem. You guys enjoy your day.
All right.
Hey, Pat, how you
Doing
You
good.
played, obviously, corner and safety for your time in college. Do you have a preference? Is there something you're trying to focus on as you get ready to move forward?
I'm just a DB at the end of the day. Whatever team needs me as a safety, nickel, cornerback, I can play everything, really. So that's why I see myself as. To me personally, I love corner. So if I have a chance to play it again, especially at the next level, I'd love to. But I'm just a Swiss Army knife, really. I can play anywhere. I don't got a problem with it. Help out the team any way I can.
Next question is going to be Brendan, front row on your left.
What drills will you be doing tomorrow, and I guess anything specifically that you want to kind of showcase to the NFL teams in attendance?
I'm doing all the drills. I ain't missing out on no drills. I'm going to show NFL teams what I can do, and to the best of my ability. At the end of the day, there's nothing I'm going to miss out. I'm going to show them everything that they want to see.
This past season, your role did change a little bit. What does that say, I guess, about you that you were willing to be selfless and take on like a lesser role, let someone like Shaheem get his reps in game?
To me this year, it was just a learning process. You know, at the end of the day, it was a humbling moment. and just to the times when I did get in to make an impact opportunity. You know, I feel like that's one of the dreams and memories I'm always going to remember at the end of the day. So I'm always blessed, and I'm thankful for God for giving me the opportunity and putting me in this position.
We'll come back to Ira on your right.
What do you think that showed about you that when your number was called, you were ready to go in there and you didn't slack off and get as much playing time?
To always be prepared at any moment. I tell my little brother that all the time. To even if you're not playing and you feel like you might not play, just be prepared for when your number is called on. You can make an impactful play. So don't always have your head in the dump. Really just lift your head up and always just keep being more like motivation and just keep pushing at the end of the day.
All right, next will be Tyler Backer on the right.
Man, we talked to Jamie earlier, and obviously he also mentioned versatility, which was something you mentioned. What do you think is the sentiment maybe like in that DB room and this team as a whole that so many guys feel that they can play so many different spots and move around?
At Florida State, being a defensive back, you have to be something special to come here. You just can't come here and just be a zone safety or a man or come down hitting safety, or even that corner and nickel can't be the same thing. And I feel like all the DBs that we always produce here, like Jalen, he's great in man and he's great in zone. Saying about Roger Camardi and so many legendary players like similar to Deion Sanders. As a DB, you come here, you got to always make sure that you trying to get your craft good in everything. Just not, I'm the best man corner here. No, I want to be the best defensive back here as well. So that's how I see it. Just always trying to sharpen up your craft and everything as a defensive back.
All right, we'll go back to Ira.
What kind of things did Adam Fuller help you with? Because you played a lot of DB before you got here. What kind of things did Coach Fuller and Coach Woodson help you with when you got here?
They just helped me as well. It was my first time ever playing safety, so it was kind of not a rough transition, but it's something that was new to me. So they was just helping me with safety looks and what I should be reading, if that's in the tackle and the run fit, or just looking at the quarterback eyes during a pass. So that's what they taught me, really.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Backer.
Good luck.
Start with Ira, third row on your right.
Hey, Wyatt, if you could just talk us through the decision to declare and then what you've been doing since you've been there.
So my decision to declare came down to really like my family. When I say family, my immediate family and also my now wife. I don't know if you guys knew, I just got married like a couple weeks back, so that was pretty exciting. But I just talked to her and found out a week before the Cheez It Bowl that she was also pregnant too. So I think it's pretty important that, I go and chase my dreams because I have the opportunity. I've always told my parents and I've always told her if I had the opportunity to go chase my dreams, I was going to go ahead and do it. So I have the opportunity. I went ahead and I'm trying to do it right now. But, if this doesn't work out, then I could say I've given it everything I've got, and then I'll go be the best father that I can be,
All right.
You're the first of the group to tell you congratulations.
Thank you.
So that's exciting. Is the motivation even greater than maybe your motivation before, now that you have kind of that to play for?
Yeah, the motivation was, greater. I think like a week before the Cheez It Bowl, I'm telling you, it just made me want to play even harder, for the Cheez It Bowl. But then right after that, I was like, I need to go train my butt off, And I've focused on being the best version of myself every single day, what Coach Norvell taught me here since he came in. And I've just been doing that.
Okay, next will be Brendan, front row on your left.
What's up?
How important is tomorrow going to be for you? You're so athletic, so be able to show out with a testing, and I guess what drills are you looking forward to performing the most, or what are the most important ones for you?
I'm looking most forward to like the agility drills, the L drill, the 5-10-5. I would also like for people to see how fast I am in the 42, because I never really got to like showcase that here on everything else. But I'm also 240 pounds now, moving pretty good. You guys will see tomorrow. But I'm feeling really confident in just for the scouts and the NFL teams and really everybody to see just how fast I can move at this weight.
What feedback have you gotten from NFL teams so far about your potential role in the NFL and how you're being valued right now in their estimation?
So I've talked to I think 5 or 6 different NFL teams, and all of them have talked to me not just about one position. They've talked to me about multiple positions, whether that be tight end, fullback, multiple roles on special teams, because that was my big role here was special teams. But I also told them I have in my arsenal that I've been practicing since January. Like I said, just motivated me even more when I found out I was having a kid, that I was going to do long snapping too, because, might as well add that in your arsenal as well, because, Coach Farn, who's been training me here, I've been training here, he said that it's, you'd be a great long snapper too. So, it's nice to have in your back pocket.
All right, next will be Essen, second row on the left.
Yeah, you mentioned versatility. You started at one position, ended up at tight end at Florida State. How much has your career here helped you, for that next step of playing different positions, of playing special teams, of doing a little bit of everything like you mentioned?
It's just kind of prepared me. It's kind of shown me what life is all about. Life is all about changes every single day, and it's how you adapt to the change. I came into Florida State playing quarterback, wanted to be in Jordan Travis's position and everything else, but you get humbled, and then reality hits, and then you just got to adapt to it. But if I had to do it all over again, I would do the same exact thing, because it shaped me who I am today.
Our next question will be on Zoom. Logan Robinson from Bowl Game Day.
Congratulations again, Wyatt. I have a question. It seemed like Mike Norvell had a lot of trust in you, had a couple trick plays with you throwing the ball. You also threw a touchdown to Jordan Travis, had a 2-point conversion with the ball going to Brian Corney. What does that say about you as a player and your versatility?
Like I was just saying earlier, it gives me, gives the coaches and the NFL coaches another opportunity, for me to showcase what all I can do. I can throw the ball, I can run the ball. I played against some of my past teammates, Kane Doe, J. Rob, Marvin Wilson. I won Scout Team Player of the Year my first year here, and I was mostly playing quarterback, running back, tight end, receiver. I was playing everything. So when I talk to these NFL scouts, I just tell them that I can do everything. So I think that just gives me an advantage, and I just keep telling them I'm going to be the best version of myself every single day.
Ira?
Like every player takes a different path. I don't know if you remember, I think your careers overlapped a little bit. Gabe Neighbors.
Yeah.
He's a guy that probably a lot of people might not have expected to make it in the NFL. Do those stories kind of give you some moral juice?
Yeah, so I talked to a lot of our past players. I've talked to Gabe a few times here and there. I also talked to Asante Samuel, Cam Akers. When I first got here, Asante Samuels was my next door neighbor too, and also Hamza too as well. So I talked to them, and just talking to them just kind of motivates me even more, because I played against these guys, and they tell me how good I am and what my potential can be. So just like I've been saying, I've just been trying to be the best version of myself, and just prove to everybody else what I can do, because I know what I can do.
Anything else for Wyatt? All right, thank you.
Cool.
Thank you, guys.
All right, first question will be Brendan on your left front row.
You were here for first season. I guess what stood out about your time at Florida State? What do you remember most about being here?
I met some really great guys. They kind of took me in early on. I didn't know anybody, being an older guy. When you usually make those connections when you first come in, and I was older, so they took me in, and it was I had a great time with it. So.
Next will be Ira, third row on your right.
Like you played mostly special teams here, but obviously you had success as a receiver before. What kind of things were you planning on doing at Florida State? Receiver routes or?
Yeah, I plan on running with the receivers. Obviously, my specialty is the return game. That's what I did mostly at Columbia. I played receiver, but that's what I came in here for, and whatever they could use me for, I'll do. So.
In what ways I know you were coming home also to come to Florida State. In what ways
Yeah, so I did well at Columbia, and I could have stayed another year, but I wanted to see if I could compete with the bigger teams and the better competition, and I thought I did pretty well. It's a lot different, a lot faster, obviously, but I think being exposed to this kind of competition kind of made me a lot better player and receiver. So.
Do you know who will be throwing passes to the receivers?
I actually don't know.
And then I also was just going to ask about, I know a lot of the guys from FSU that went on to the NFL left before you got here. So do you have any contacts from guys that played in the league? Do you talk to anybody about preparing?
No, not specifically. I don't know anyone that graduated here. Really, it was all new to me when I came in, so not really, no.
Good. Come back to Brendan.
It felt like we were able to see you consistently make plays a lot in practice, and that doesn't always manifest itself in opportunities in game. But I guess, what did you do throughout the season to kind of stay ready to hone your craft? And secondly, following up with that, like, are you when you talk to NFL teams or when you talk to them tomorrow, do you kind of show them practice film and say, like, this is what I can do at this level?
Yeah, I mean, that's all I really have is practice film. Coach, they put me on scout team, and I always try to make the best of my opportunities. I mean, I was going against the #1 defense, which was super helpful. So I think it made me better. And if someone comes up and talks to me tomorrow, I think obviously my practice film I'll be showing because that's all I got. So, but yeah, I think it's great that I got the opportunity to show what I got against such a great defense that we had last year. So.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you.